study by Hans Fani that is over 100 years old, to be precise, from the year 1923. With that, welcome to the most beautiful chess problems of all time. White is to move here, and white can win the game. But before you carefully examine white's attack, you have to realize that white also has problems of their own on h2. So, if the moves aren't precise enough, things could really go wrong here. There are threats on f2 and h2. So, just as a little hint, but now pause the video to try to find the solution yourself. It would be worth pausing the video. And yes, let's take a look at what we need to do. So, as I said, on h2 there are 3 attackers, the queen is defending, and f2 is also hanging. It all looks a bit uncomfortable, which means, conversely, okay, we need to be pretty concrete with our moves. Of course, we could play something like h3, and white would be okay here. That's anything but a win, but white can at least fend off the attack for now. But we actually want to win the game with white here. And the best way to do that is to start by giving a check. Rook to a1. Yes, the king has to move, unsurprisingly. And now it starts. Here we go. We say, okay, this rook we need to give another check somehow. So we just give a check. We don't care that the king captures. And we still have a second rook, which can also give a check. The king moves away, and we simply sacrifice the next rook as well. And now you might ask, okay, what happens if the king doesn't accept the sacrifice at all, but just moves out here? Then we have a relatively simple mating move. The rook controls the 8th rank. The escape square doesn't work because the knight controls it. And the other knight is covering the pawn here. A quick note in between, if you enjoy the most beautiful problems of all time, you can now find all new videos on my main channel. There you'll find all the new videos with synchronized audio tracks in your language. Nothing changes for you except that the background is now dark purple and we're analyzing this wonderful problem by Herbstman and Kubel, which, by the way, is award-winning. You'll find the link in the video description and in the pinned comment. I'd be happy if you come over and check out the most beautiful problems of all time on my main channel. But for now, let's continue with the current video. So, we can already rule out this escape route. Black has to accept this sacrifice. So that's settled. And what do we do now? Yes, now the attack has to continue somehow. And this is exactly when the queen comes into play. She also gives check. And the king evades. And yes, maybe at this position, if you haven't found the solution yet, now would be a good time to pause the video and try to find the final combination. You might think now, okay, giving checks has brought us luck so far, so let's do that. That's correct, but we don't check on a8, we check on a7. So, what's the difference? Well, first of all, if the king simply moves to c8 now, because that suddenly becomes a square, then we get into some well-known variations here. The king goes into checkmate, meaning the king also has to capture here. What's the difference with the king? He's not on a8 now, but on a7. And what's so great about him being on a7? Well, we have a bishop, and that means we can use a discovered attack for ourselves, and that's exactly it. That's what we do. We move the knight, and yes, we can't go here. That means we go to c6 because we want to deliver a double check. If only the bishop gave check, things would look really bad for white. But because of the double check, black is now forced to move the king. And the king has only one escape square, namely to a8. And now you just have to find the mate in 1. Knight to b6. The knights harmonize perfectly with each other. The pawn on b7 blocks the last escape square for the black king. And so we've checkmated by sacrificing 2 rooks and a queen. That was today's puzzle. And just a little reminder from me, click the link in the video description or in the pinned comment to watch the latest videos of the most beautiful problems of all time, now also dubbed in your language on my main channel. I'd be happy if you come over. It's best to do that now, and then I'll see you again in the next video.